Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, I've been back a few days actually. I've got to be honest, I've been struggling. With getting motivation to get stuck in, which is sometimes normal when you've been on a great big epic road trip, which is sort of what it was. We've done a few thousand mile, and yeah, sometimes I struggle with this coming back. You know, you've been doing something completely different. You're full on riding the bike, thoroughly enjoying it, and then boom, back to reality. Although obviously I love doing this, it's still a bit of a come down. So with my silly head as well, you know, I suffer with my head now and again. I've struggled. I've really struggled dropping back in and trying to get on with it. I'm basically gonna give myself a kick up the backside because that's what's needed. Unless one of you guys wants to turn up and give me a kick up the backside, feel free. I've been proper struggling, but we've got plenty to do. I had a fantastic trip. It was truly amazing. I enjoyed every second of it, and kind of wish I was still there. Maybe I can go on a longer one next year, especially because next year I'll be tied a lot of loose ends up by this time next year, which will I feel a lot more relaxed. But yeah, we visited a lot of interesting places. I see some of you are watching the little updates done on my phone, which I appreciate immensely. And yeah, I've still got some footage that I've done on the GoPro. I didn't do a great deal with it. I'm going to put that on the other channel, by the way. The link to that's down the bottom, DH Adventure. So there will be a couple of little bits coming up on there soon. We went into a church just north of Munich, which we was recommended because we were staying in the village. So one of their locals said go in the church. Didn't look too much from the outside, but inside was mind-blowing. Absolutely amazing. So I'll share a little bit of that. I did say in one of the little update videos we went to Dachau as well, the concentration camp. I'm still lost for words with that place. You know, if you've never been to one, try and go and try and imagine the horrors, the barbaric horrors that went on in them places. It's truly sickening. And you know, there's a lot of stuff to read around there, and how, I don't know how humans can do that to other humans. I do not know. And I guess probably some of you probably mentioned to a certain degree, some of it still goes on today. Have we learnt? I guess to a certain degree, no. But it was a very strange place to stand. Very strange. And in the video, I didn't hardly say anything. I didn't know what to say, because your mind's sort of in overdrive, thinking, trying to think about the horrors that went on in that place. Yeah, very odd. If some of you have visited places like that, you'll understand what I mean. It's very strange. It really was. While I'm on that subject, actually, I had someone in the comments. I didn't know how to take this either. It's their thoughts. I guess they've entitled to it. Someone in the comments pounced on me about a sign I've got in the shed. It's been up here for a long time. Now, normally, I had a little piece of tape over a certain part of this sign to blank it off, because, yes, to most, I guess, it's quite an offensive sign. You can probably guess which one it is. To do with wartime Germany. This sign, it was my dad's. Some of you are aware, me and my dad sold bought and sold and collected a lot of wartime stuff from all sides. From all sides. This little sign is actually not an original. It was made by one of his mates that was a sign writer. I don't know how it come about. He used to do little things and give them out as gifts. This particular one happened to be that. Don't know why. That was between me and my dad. I can certainly say my dad wasn't that way inclined at all. He was like me. He loved all the wartime stuff. We mainly collected weaponry. And I think just before my dad passed away, we had about 70 rifles between us of World War One and World War Two, all working. We were both licensed, and I guess some of you have seen all the bayonet collection we had, which I still can't get rid of. I've still got, I think I've sold 2. So yeah, it'd be nice to shift some of them eventually, but hey, we're not on about that anyway. But this particular sign, the tape had fell off, and I didn't realise. You know, it's in here, but there's tons of stuff in here. You become blind to it. You know, when you're in amongst it every day, you don't go around looking at all your stuff. It's probably like the ornaments in your house. You don't go looking at them every day. They're just there. They sort of disappear. And I didn't realise a bit of tape had dropped off this sign. And someone spotted it and instantly associated me with that, which was quite sad, really. Bit of a shock. It's just parts of tons and tons of stuff me and my dad collected over the years. And when he died, of course, I've ended up with this sign. And I didn't want to put it somewhere where it'd get damaged. It's actually 24 karat gold leaf, the lettering on it. So I thought nothing of it and put it on the wall and put a bit of tape over that bit. I'll show you it. You all would have spotted it at some point. That one. Das Bunker. So all this is gold leaf, the lettering. And I've always had a bit of tape over that. And it fell off. And I just did not spot it. Didn't spot it. I don't associate myself with that sort of stuff whatsoever in any way, shape or form. It's a part of history, and it's a part of history we should not forget, most certainly not forget. And you know, I've stood in many a places and paid respects to all sides of the war, because a lot of them guys didn't want to be there. A lot of them guys wanted to be at home with their families when they were getting shot at and blown to bits. And it's one of them. Unfortunately, I'll say that, in the militaria collector's world, German stuff holds a much, much bigger value. Especially with that one. Although that, like I say, that's not original. Yeah, the German stuff in the militaria world, if you've ever been to military shows, militaria sales and all that, that stuff holds a bigger premium than most stuff out there for collectors. Unfortunately, it's one of them. I don't know why, but it does. I had, when me and my dad used to do a lot of shooting, we used to shoot a lot on the military ranges, I had a German Mauser. In fact, we had about 3 German Mausers. One of them was covered in them stamps. Most of them, a majority of them, all the markings on them were ground out, destroyed or stamped out, ground out, whatever, to deface them. This one particular rifle in our collection had all them markings on, which gave it a much greater value, I'm afraid. It's the way it is in the collector's world with all that stuff. You go to any like I say, go to any militaria show, and anything with that terrible marking on holds a premium. It's, you know, it's the way it's gone. So that sign, yeah, I'd always had that taped over, and I reckon it was in that hot spell we had just before I went away, where it got quite warm. I reckon just the gum on the tape sort of melted and the tape fell off that was covering it, and I just didn't realise. So I've took it down. I'm not going to be accused of that associated, but this is not a rant. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's not a rant at the guy. If you are watching, I am not ranting at you. You've got every right to say that. I don't like falling out with people. Can't stand falling out with people. I hate arguing. I don't like it. I like everything to be nice and sweet and everyone gets on. So I have took that sign down. I've got it here. It's metal, bit rusted on the back. It is actually quite old. As you can probably see, it's getting its own age going on. It's been done for a long time. And it's always been around. When my dad was alive, it was always on the shed wall, on the side, sat on a shelf or whatever, along with tons of other stuff. So, to save any more hassle, I've shoved it on eBay. It's one of them. If someone collects this type of stuff and doesn't display it in the wrong way, I'm happy for someone else to have it. It gets that problem away from me. I know it's sort of like frowned upon, but if you're a military collector, it's probably a decent addition to your collection. I don't know. I certainly don't want to like sell it as something amazing. I really don't. It's one of them. It's what it is, and I'm going to try and turn it into some petrol to put in my tank to go and put a smile on my face. Simple as that. It's crazy. Where does it stop? Ferdinand Porsche. Yeah. SS General he was. Ferdinand Porsche. Still buy a Porsche if you had the money. Hugo Boss. Still sell suits. You know, where does it stop? These are all part of that party originally. Time moves on. Although we should not forget the atrocities and horror that these people went through, the horror that these people inflicted. It should never ever be forgot. Anyway, on a brighter note, it's time to get myself kicked up the backside and do some work. Not in this video, this is just a catch up. Like I say, I thoroughly enjoyed the trip. I've been struggling a bit to get myself into gear. I'm not going to lie, mentally, I've not been that brilliant past few days, trying to get motivated again. So I've got to give myself a kick up the backside. First off, we'll be on the Enfield. If you remember right, I had the wrong chain sent me. That's now here. That actually turned up when I came back. It's took that long to sort out. So I've now got that, so we can get that chain lined up. Ah, dear. There it is in the box. We can get all that lined up, finalise that I'm 100% happy with how the mudguard sits and everything. Everything clears, everything's in line, wheels straight. And then we can take the metal work off and get that off for painting. And then wiring. While that's away for painting. And yeah, it's just a case of going around, all nuts and bolts, making sure everything's tight, checking over everything, and then firing this up. If we haven't got the tank back, I'll use my little bottle up there and see if we can get this thing started. That's always one of them moments I kind of enjoy and I kind of don't enjoy. Fingers crossed for that one, but that's not far away. That's just round the corner before we're doing that. So I'll lock the doors. Probably I might do the wiring at night when no one's about, everyone's settled out the way, and I can just put the blinkers on and do the wiring. Then obviously we got the RM. Yeah, that's coming along nicely. Very happy with that. Probably the next job I'm going to do on that is the rear shock. Try and get that tidied up a bit. I've got the spring powder coated. That's all done. I don't want to strip the shock out because apparently that's been rebuilt. So I don't want to disturb the internals on that. So I'm going to tidy it up as best as I can as it is. We've got the subframe in the bubble wrap there, ready to go on. Then it's a case of cleaning the air box, then we'll start cleaning the plastics and stuff like that, and it should start really springing together quite quickly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuck on that because I am thoroughly enjoying that. Another thing I want to say is thank you all so much for the birthday messages. Yes, I turned 25 the other day. I might be lying there. Slightly older. And I had that many messages. I could not possibly keep up. So if I haven't replied to you, my apologies. I'm thanking you all now because I really appreciate it. My birthdays are normally quite boring. I'm normally sat around on my own somewhere, and yeah, like a Norman, no mates. Remember on my 50th, I sat outside a chip shop feeding pigeons my chips. Rock and roll. So all them messages were absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate every single one of them. I've been through and read them. It's just like there was just pouncing here, there, and from everywhere. And I'm rubbish at typing. I'm not very quick because I'm a bit. I'm not very quick on my one finger, but you know, my kids laugh at me when I'm trying to type things like that. So yeah, thank you all so much. It was very much appreciated and wonderful. It made my day. It really did. 54, I'll tell the truth, 54. 54, still trying to work hard to get somewhere. That's never right, is it? I ain't going to give up though. I'm never going to give up. I'll work to the day I turn my toes, I think. Or else I'll get bored. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching the videos while I was away. That was a tremendous help to try and stop the channel from sinking into the depths of the YouTube algorithm. That's much appreciated. That worked out fine actually. Obviously not as good if I was here working on the bikes and pumping videos out, but it just stopped it sinking like to the depths of taking a month or two to get back up again. So yeah, I really appreciate that. And hopefully we'll be back on the bike videos tomorrow, actually. See if I can get one out tomorrow or the following day. Break myself in, or get the chain alignment done and stuff like that, and then get motivation and pick up momentum again. I'm trying to get an happy balance. I've done a lot of thinking while I was away, trying to get a happy balance of work and time off, because normally I'm 7 days a week, stupid o'clock at night, and it burns you out. It really does burn you out, and it's no good. I'm getting old. I hate saying that. I might be getting old, but up here's still 18. It's just below the neck is 54, and it's had a hard life, that bit. It's had quite a hard life, so it's a bit worn out. Got a consultation for my shoulder on the 15th of August, so we'll see what they say about that. Hopefully we can get some sort of resolve there to make that better, so I might be able to ride the KX again one day. That'd be nice. I got on all right. First couple of days while I was away, my shoulder hurt on the road bike, but then it sort of eased up. I've done a lot of one-hand riding around Europe, not because it was always hurting, just to keep it relaxed as and when I'm comfortable. If I'm going in a straight line, I'll ride one-handed, and that seemed to work for me. But yeah, it was most enjoyable, and I will get some videos up that I've recorded on the GoPro very soon on the other channel, like I say. What else we got? Just a massive thank you, really. Just a huge thank you for all the special stickers, although that's obviously stopped while I've been away, which is fair enough because there's nothing going on with the bike. But a massive thank you to everybody who's been supporting this build and keeping me going in here. Obviously the Patreons, you guys, I've always say it, without you this is finished. I won't be able to do it. I couldn't. So you guys, yeah, without you I'm dead in the water, so I can't thank you lot enough. And I've always said it to patrons, if you're ever around this way, please come in, have a cup of tea and sit and hang around as long as you want. I'd appreciate that if you did. And all the bullet key rings, say a few people have bought t-shirts or vests while I've been away, fantastic. A couple of them have shifted, that's nice, because that sort of died a death a little bit, so that was wonderful. All this support I appreciate immensely, you know that, I really do, because without it I won't be able to do this. So yeah, I can't thank you all enough for all the support on every level. Even just watching, it helps, obviously. Anyway, So yeah, I think we'll have an Enfield video next of getting all the chain on, getting the alignment sorted, and then the dreaded wiring. Yes, and then it'd be getting the oils in and seeing how many leaks it springs when we start it up. I'm going to say when we start it up. I'm being optimistic. Not if, when. When it starts, it's going to start. Shall we have bets? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 20th kick. We'll see. We'll see. It'll always go on the last kick though. Always. That's guaranteed. So yeah, we'll be on that very soon. And like I say, bits of the RM. After I've got these bikes done, the RM, the main bit then, the main focus is I've got an Enfield to do for a friend, which he's been waiting patiently for about 400 years. I'll be doing that in the background. I think we've seen enough of them. And the main focus will be the BMW GS, and I've also really got to crack on with a few little jobs on a BSA for a friend as well. I'm focusing now to get all these lingering jobs that I've been working through in the background gone, done and dusted, and then we might find some new special projects. It'd be nice to do something. Mind you, the GS is completely different really, isn't it? I'm looking forward to getting back on that. I really am, because that, yeah, I think realistically that will be for sale when it's done, to be honest. Again, it'd be just, I'll throw it all back into keeping the channel going, you see, and the time I spend on that. So I think realistically it's going to be best that I do that, get it done, have a little ride on it, get a final video and sell it. And there won't be many BMWs out there that are like that, so someone will have something a bit special there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on that. Again, not too like enthusiastic about the wiring job on that. The wiring on that bike is, wow, there's a lot of it. But I'm sure we'll get through it. So yeah, the BMW GS, Enfield for a friend, and is a few jobs to do on a BSA for a friend as well. They'll be sort of going on in the background, with the main focus will be on the GS. And also there's another RM coming in, a little tiny RM80, but there's a different engine going on it. So my job is just to do a bit of fabricating and stuff, new engine brackets and things like that. Again, that'll probably happen in the evenings. You know, one of them behind the scenes job, which I think will be worth sharing, because it's going to be a little insane bike with a motor that's going in it. Well, I'll explain all that when it rolls in, but that'll be coming in when I've got a bit of space. But hopefully that won't be too long, because we're coming to the end of these two. So yeah, that's about it really, guys. I'm back. I've got to give myself a kick up the backside and get cracking, get back into the flow of things and start pumping the videos out. Anyway, that'll do. I'll be back very, very soon working on an Enfield. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.